Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to our 20th podcast.
Here at the Cashmere Goat,
Yeah.
I'm Iris.
I'm Kristin.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks. We've been doing this for over a year now, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And so exciting that we have over 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much. If it's your first time here, thanks for finding us, but also thanks for subscribing. It's really amazing to see that growth. And we hear from a lot of you that you enjoy this funny little silly thing that we do every so often.
We do hear that. And it can be kind of funny sometimes. People come into the store and they feel like they know us, you know, and so they're like, "Hi, Kristin. Hi, Iris." And we're like, "Hi, do we know you?" We're thinking in our heads because we talk to a lot of people.
We definitely do.
And we want to remember all of you, but my brain is not that good.
On Sunday, we had a visit from one of our remote goats, Vicky.
Oh, nice.
All the way from Kentucky. Vicky has a home here in Maine and came up to Camden for an afternoon, and it was so much fun because I've only seen her on a Zoom before, and she had a little post-it with, you know, her project she was shopping for.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we got to help with, I think it was, we picked out yarn for Scudic Bay.
Cool.
We picked out yarn for a BYO party sweater.
Awesome.
And we picked out yarn for a little, I think it's a niece maybe, a sweet little kind of 3-button cardigan.
Yep.
And she got some buttons. So it's just
That's
really
so
fun.
awesome.
And then she brought her knitting and sat with us.
Oh,
and
really?
visited
That's
with
so
some of our
cool.
local knitters too. So yes, we love it when people come through and make those connections and say like, "I've been following," or "I can't believe I'm here."
And it happens all year, but it starts happening a lot more often now. And what's nice is when it happens now, it's not so busy that we can't like kind of chat with you. But sometimes in the summer, it gets really busy.
It does.
So,
But yay.
Yay. Thanks for visiting. If you ever need to visit, we're here for you.
We love helping you pick out yarn too.
We do. It's
It's like, you know, we see people's names come through on orders from far away.
We do.
And then we be like, "Oh yeah, this person from wherever." And then we can meet them in real life.
It's fun to meet people in real life. And it's because some names come through and I don't know, for some reason they stick out for one reason or another. Maybe it's the order, maybe it's an unusual name.
Yep.
Maybe it's like, "Oh my God, this order.
Everything is great in it, you know?
Yep.
Well, let's first talk about what you're wearing today.
I am wearing my newly finished shift, which, yes, this was last spring's knit along, but I just finished it. But it's finished.
So
Yay! And I used like, I don't know, 5 or 6 colors. And it's got some Malabrigo. It's got some fully spun, marled by fully spun, and a couple things from my stash.
So good, so springy, but also has a little bit of an autumn vibe too.
It does. It's kind. I'm so picky when I am mixing colors. It's actually takes a lot of work for me, and sometimes I don't choose it because I have to think so hard unless it's planned out ahead, which this one wasn't. So that can slow me down because it's not mindless, but I also like that puzzle aspect of it. And I just,
So good.
Thank you. And I'm also wearing my cobalt sweater, Sarah Solomon pattern. It's got a high neck. And this is in Remix Chunky, and this is like my comfort sweater lately. I'm finding myself wanting to wear it every day because it's the change of seasons in Maine is really weird right now because you don't know what to wear. Like, it's like
you can be simultaneously cold and then too hot, especially when it's sort of a certain level of maybe humidity.
Yeah, I have a short sleeve dress on under this. Under these 2 layers, so it could warm up or it might not. I wore this dress a couple weeks ago and I had a long sleeve wool shirt under it because I knew the shop would be cold. We don't really want to turn the heat on. We still do occasionally if it's cold. This morning,
yesterday the door was open for most of the day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm wearing my finished Sea Haven.
Girl. Yes.
I blocked it last week in time to throw it on in the middle of my Zoom with the remote goats.
Awesome.
It is in the Fleece BFL. You've heard me wax poetic about it before. It's color forest. It is so amazing. I'm wearing a t-shirt under this next to my bare skin. You know, I don't really consider myself like a person with high tolerance for itchy yarn, so like says something to me that I can have this next to my skin. I'm gonna just stand up and see, because the hem is so gorgeous on this. I love how this finishes, and I made mine a little bit shorter.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but
it's so pretty, and I don't know if it shows how gorgeous it is, but it is like, it's stunning.
And I've pretty much worn it every single day. I had like some company visiting this weekend, and today I actually put on a different sweater because I was like, I mean, they know that I knit. They've been like, what is the deal with this green sweater? You know? So anyway.
I feel like that's another new word we need. That desire to wear a newly finished sweater all the time.
Feels good.
That's a new word. That's got to be a word.
A word. Maybe the Germans, they're good about words like
They
that.
are.
The other thing about it too, for this season, this time of the year, is this is DK weight, and it's such a nice shoulder season kind of a weight of a sweater. Just the right thing. So.
Yep.
Yay.
This, believe it or not, is good for that too. It's bulky, but Remix has like cotton and linen and mixed
Is it
reused textiles.
reused? Yep.
Yeah, reused textiles. And it's machine wash and dry, which works very well for me if I wear something all the time. It does stretch out a little, so I pop it in the dryer. It's not supposed to be machine wash and dry, but turns out it is.
And Vicky, who was here yesterday, Remix was what she chose for her party sweater. And there's another person locally, Teresa, who's making a party sweater out of Remix Chunky.
Okay, yep.
That'll be fun to see.
And it's just a comfortable yarn and easy to care for.
And wears really well.
Yeah.
Because this is not a brand new knit or anything.
Oh no, this actually is like 3 years old. So that says a lot for the yarn, especially how much I wear it.
Well, and that it's cotton, but it doesn't it hasn't lost form. Too.
No, that's what the dryer's for.
Cool.
That's what the dryer, it does loosen up. But I wash it and dry it and it's fine.
There we go.
So
Sea Haven Knit Along is wrapping up in just about, let's see, is it next weekend? That's our last in-person meetup, and then the following Wednesday is our final Zoom. So people are going to be sending in pictures. We're going to be putting together a slideshow like I always do at the end of our knit alongs. It's just really fun. We've been seeing some finished ones come in, and that's good. And then we take a break with our knit-alongs over the summer to kind of, everybody's too busy. Everybody's out in their gardens. We're really busy in the shop.
Yeah.
So we take a little bit of a break, but we are going to be doing our finish along again, which people really seem to like as a little bit of a like accountability, but also fun, supportive environment to maybe the push to finish a few of those projects that are languishing, maybe. Yeah.
All of us with good intentions, it helps us make the time come true.
So I'll be putting out some info in the emails about like what we're deciding on for in-person drop-ins and Zoom drop-ins, but there will be both.
Yep. It's great. What else do we have to say?
Well,
I can't read our
okay, I can.
Note.
So one thing we have a post-it note right here with some notes for you. Well, we've been thinking a lot about mohair lately.
Right. And I have had, it's yarn rep season for me.
Fall yarn.
Yeah. Which is crazy. And it's for me, it's tricky because the store's starting to get busier. People are in town more. And I'm thinking about all the things I need to do for summer, because we have a lot of tourist traffic in the summer, and so we just have to keep the store stocked with certain things like books and puzzles and bags, as well as all the yarn. Yep. And there's just a lot of details, and so the yarn reps, I've seen 3 in the last, I saw 2 last week and one the week before, and I'm seeing one that I saw last week. I'm seeing again today because she's so much to show me.
So many decisions.
It's so many decisions. And it's fair to say I've bought a lot of yarn in the last couple weeks.
Also, I mean, just kind of a weird time because this is before our busy season. So it must be like stressful because you're like,
a little stressful.
I'm kind of spending money I don't have.
Right.
but I have to, you know.
Yep. It's a little stressful because you're like, okay, if we're going to be busy in the summer, I have to have all of the things. So it's fun, and everyone's like, oh, it's my dream job. You just buy yarn all day, but
it's a lot of decision making. I mean, a lot, because we're not making decisions just about what we think is cool. We have to be thinking about, what are people asking for? What colors do we need in this? You know, I mean,
I'm always dragging employees over and saying, hey, come look at this. What do you like? Because not everything is my taste, and I have to buy for people that like very different things than I do. I bought a sparkle yarn. I know.
You never thought you would see it.
I'm not really, I actually like this one a lot. It's a little more subtle, but sparkle is big in some, and I have, so with yarn rep season, Andra from Barocco, she actually sent me a bunch of skeins of yarn, and I did knit some of them.
Just like as a little preview sample.
So this is cool. What I'm trying to do to make really educated decisions. This is Gimlet, and it is a bulky weight. It's got a little sparkle. It's
just
really
a
soft.
Sparkle.
And it comes in several different colors. And like, to me, I'm not even a Christmas sweater person, but I'm like, oh, that would make such a pretty Christmas sweater.
Party sweater Christmas.
Right? For real. And it's soft, and it was a pleasure to knit with.
But how clever, how super smart as a yarn wrap to be like, here, preview these yarns before I come, and look at you, so good actually swatching it up and kind of going into these meetings with some real good knowledge.
And this is Renew, which I don't have the labels with me. Also super soft, and it's got some reused fibers in it, and a nice stitch definition. Very soft. This one was really nice to work with. That was new last year, but I didn't have it.
And that is one we're getting, or no?
I haven't decided yet. So
you're getting the live
thought
process this morning.
There's so much thought.
Now this one.
This is called, oh, my brain.
Millstone.
Right. This is Millstone Tweed, and this is the one that I fell in love with. It's a little bit different for tweed. It's very soft. It's got wool, but it's also got I think viscose and a little polyester. It's stretchy. It feels great. It looks great. The colors are great. The pattern support is fabulous, and we're definitely getting that
worsted weight.
Yes,
and that was one of our considerations, was thinking like, okay, tweedy yarns, we don't really have something in worsted and tweed. So
we have the Queensland, the Aran.
It's a little heavier, or who knows?
Supposedly it's heavier. This was one that I knit up that I decided against, and I'm sure probably someone else is picking it. I've been knitting with yarns that are too soft, so it just wasn't soft enough for me. It felt a little crunchy.
Yeah.
And then they sent me a whole ball of this yarn called Fortuna. It's from Lang. I haven't blocked it yet, but I wanted to see what the stitch definition was going to be. And this is 90 merino and 10 cashmere, and it feels so good, and it's like
beautiful,
a stone washed sort of look.
A worsted or DK?
Yeah, it's worsted.
Yeah, nice.
Knits up wonderfully. This was really nice to work with, and I made a baby, a small child's hat, because I thought, oh, I might not have enough, but I actually have a bunch left over, and I could have made an adult hat. Oh well. So
great.
And then this one I have yet to decide on too. This is called, and I haven't blocked this. This is called Merino 401. And I did a little, this is a not super wash, sort of one of those high twist, worsted weight with a ton of colors. I've had a lot of yarns in this vein. All the companies have a version of this right now that is new, because people are trending a little away from superwash. This is very tempting. I'm not sure where I would put it.
That is a question.
That is a question.
That's my refrain.
She always reminds me, where's it going? And I'm like, in the store.
I'm the well, in
She's the potty pooper.
In my family, there's a reference to like the CEO of Depressing Logic, and sometimes I feel like that's my little, like,
otherwise known as the potty pooper.
Potty pooper.
So there's a whole bunch more. Those are the ones I got to. That is what I've been working on lately. And I finished this.
And we're thinking about mohair.
And
wondering about mohair.
And that's where I started with this and didn't go anywhere.
We went off.
I wandered.
It's okay.
Sidebar. So mohair. We have Lang lace mohair, which is lovely mohair, and it comes in this little bullet, and it's the same amount as a similar mohair, but people don't perceive it that way
because it looks bitty.
It looks so small.
It's this big, and they're like, wait, is that going to be enough? You know, but you look at the meterage.
And I have had people asking for mohair, and I kind of, like, people are using mohair along with things so much.
Hello, petite knit.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And so I'm considering getting rid of that mohair and expanding into a different type of mohair, as yet undecided which one. So if you have mohair suggestions, I want something that I can have a huge range of colors.
Yeah, because people are knitting like light, airy, fairy stuff with it, but also, like you say, holding it together. Also, I've seen some patterns that are for holding 2 strands of mohair together. Not my idea of a party.
Yeah,
I would never do it, but some
it.
people love it, and yeah.
I had to take one layer off, see what happens.
That's what happens here in Maine.
Even while you're filming.
Yep.
So yeah, mohair. Any suggestions for mohair, other yarns that you think I am missing from the store? I am open to listening, even if I don't purchase right now. I always, if something is really good, I those are the things I do hold in my mind.
And we pay attention too, you know, if you hear, like, if, you know, 2 people in the same 2-week period are saying, oh, do you ever think of carrying whatever? And
yeah, and that's what I've had happen with the mohair recently. So if anybody else names that brand, I will probably be considering it. I already am considering it even stronger. Yep. So that's our mohair sitch.
Mohair sidebar. So my sidebar today is True Life Story. I'm doing the Kate Davies mystery knit along with the Goff Place mystery shawl, which is great. I can't like show you what I have, but you know, it's one of those things, you're picking 5 fingering weight yarns, and it's supposed to be a dark, a light, 2 mediums, and a pop. And I went with a yarn that I really, really like, but as I was starting to knit up the first clue, I was really having this like, I don't know if this is right. Okay, so show and tell the colors. So it's Kathmandu fingering, which we know, we love. It's fantastic. It's lovely to knit with. So I have, you know, 2 colors and then 3 colors. And so they're sort of like fun, and I don't know. I looked at them and I really liked them.
It looks great.
Looks great. But then I'm knitting them up going, I don't know if I love this.
I will say though that happens sometimes when you first start knitting a project with a bunch of different colors.
Yeah.
It is a thing we've watched other people happen, and sometimes they push through and we're like, see, we told you, and they're like, you're right.
Yeah.
So
I think part of it too is the mystery component where I'm like, where the heck is this
what
going?
If I hate this whole thing?
And it's a big shawl. So
you're not feeling it really.
And I've like torn out, I can't show you because of the mystery, we want to not spoil it for people that are doing it, but I've put it in and torn it out and like made some, tried different needles, and I don't know. But so then I came back to this skein, which was this very special 7 Sisters mistake yarn that happy accident that we got like just a few skeins of this, and it's called Venus, right? I mean, this makes me like, wow. And that was the other thing with this one. I was sort of like, is this just too heavy? Is this just too heavy feeling? So anyway, I pulled this out of my closet of my, like the very special yarns in this very special bag. And I was like, I wonder if I need to rethink my mystery shawl. Anyway.
And I want to make it also, and I am having trouble choosing. I have gotten nowhere so far with choosing. I have had a lot of other things on my mind and doing things. But it's been hard to, it's hard to choose for a mystery knit along. How do people do it? I guess that's why they sell yarn packs.
Yeah, because then
yarn packs are a thing, apparently. Now we know why.
Now we know why. It takes some of the pressure off. But anyway, so I think part of the reason why I thought we should talk about it is just, we've all been there with it's a pattern and you've bought the pattern and then you bought the yarn and you start knitting it and you get a little bit into it and you're going like, this pattern might not be for me. Yeah. I feel like I've gotten to the place where I can trust myself.
I agree.
It took me a long time, and there was, especially when it's like, you've invested money, you've paid money for this yarn, you've paid money for the pattern, like you've actually put in some time. So should you push through and sort of maybe enjoy it, or should you be like, well, that wasn't ringing my chimes, what next? So I don't know.
I hear you. We're gonna work on figuring this out today.
Thankfully, it's a problem. I texted Kristin this morning. I'm feeling grumpy about my color choices for my mystery shawl, but thankfully, this is a problem that can be solved with yarn. So we're gonna solve the problem.
We love solving those problems.
It's a good problem.
It's just annoying when it's you and you're knitting at night. And you're like, I'm gonna knit on my project,
and then you're like,
and you're like, wah, wah.
Yep. But it happens to everybody.
It does.
And
absolutely. It absolutely happens.
Yeah.
And I haven't been knitting a ton. I've been doing these swatches, but I didn't knit all weekend again because my arms are bothering me again. It's so frustrating. But that's okay.
That's okay.
I'm going to do little things. Hunter Hammerson just released these little pouches, and they have a little kiss clasp, snappy closure.
So satisfying.
Wow. And they're small, and I'm like, oh, I can do that. So that's my next project.
That's gonna be fun. Do you have yarn in mind yet, or no?
I'm gonna pick it today. So we're gonna solve more than one yarn problem today.
I love that. We had a super great weekend with Camden is Blooming.
We did.
And we had the tent set up outside. The weather was a little bit iffy, so I guess maybe some people came to knit on Saturday, but
we had it inside. She said they didn't really stay, and it wasn't quite the vibe it was when we had local yarn store day. We were blessed with a gorgeous day.
And maybe we'll have that for Worldwide Knit in Public Day, because we're hoping for that. But I was just going to mention that our clearance section is going to be full of some of those great deals that we had this weekend. So it won't be like the extra sale, but they're still great yarns at discounted prices.
I actually marked them really, really low, and this weekend they were extra low, and that could happen again.
Somebody bought yarn for 2 Onkers summer shirts, and she was planning on holding double the Huasco cotton.
Oh wow, nice.
And I think she picked one of the variegated ones and maybe one of the greens.
And as far as the clearance yarns go, Iris has helped encourage me to get rid of things that are just stagnant, and it does not mean that they are not beautiful yarns, and that's why I've kept them, because I love them and I get attached. And like that Huasco cotton, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And so there are great deals in there. There are some, and I marked them down to sell. So
yeah. Check it out.
Check out our clearance section. There'll be a link below. And yeah, that's that. We had a wild weekend. I was not here for. I was here Saturday and helped set up, but I went away.
Yay.
Overnight. So I'm refreshed, sort of.
Getting ready
to
for
stay away longer.
the next visit from part 2 with Andra.
Part 2, and she has a lot. She has a lot to show me today. So
amazing.
Yes. So we hope you're having fun in your knitting world as much as we have in ours, and thank you for joining us. and let us know
in the comments. You could tell us in the comments anything you know about mohair that you love, and also, you know, if you feel like sharing a story about a project or yarn that's gone awry for you, you can do that too.
Yes. Oh, and one thing, if you've made it this far and haven't yet considered it, there are now 2 spots left open on the J&E Riggin Knitting Cruise, the 4-day cruise. We're doing it in a month. And I've done it twice. It's awesome and a lot of fun and super relaxing, and it's knitting and food. I mean,
and beautiful scenery and really nice people.
Beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
It's a treat. It's a really special treat. So if you want to join me, there's a couple spots left. So
we'll put the link down below as well.
We will.
Thanks for watching, and happy making whatever you're making, and I guess we'll see you soon.
Yes, we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
Bye.